Hello, I'm Glenn Tobey. I'm a Spring Forest Shikang master and a psychotherapist. The topic of this 5-minute talk on the theme of the art of coming home is on specifically yin and yang. Now, yin and yang is an ancient concept, about two different kinds of energies. And I don't want to do a disservice to try to, summarize 6,000 years of understanding into like a couple of minutes, but I will. So if you think of yin energy as more of a spirit form energy and yang is a more of a form, you know, that the images and the form, but it's always in balance. You can't have just yang, you can't have just yin. It's not just a spirit form, not just a yang form. The spirit form needs a form, the yang form needs a spirit. It's great. It's a combination of the two. So all of us are really combinations of the two. Could be men are more yang and women are more yin, or sometimes this, so there's no right answer, there's no exact understanding, but somewhere along that line, it's a balance, it's a combination of the two. So the reason I want to ask you about the art of coming home is actually living in your own balance. So yin and yang, it also relates to the seasons of the year. Equinoxes and the solstice are times of the year when the yin energy and the yang energy are balanced. And then you shift from one season to another, and this energy increases or decreases. So throughout the year, the yang energy changes into the strength of the yang in the summer, into the weakness of the yang in the winter. And then it begins in spring to take more form, and then in summer, yay, the yin energy in the summer is lower. Then it moves into fall, gaining strength. And then in the winter, yin energy is the most powerful. And then spring, yin energy. So the cycle, the balance between the yin and the yang energy really is a beautiful concept. And why I bring that up to you now in this time of year. So as you're moving from the yang energy, the power of the summer energy, the form of gardens and the form of excitement, the forms, as we move into the yin, we're sort of, kind of moving into a harvesting. So like with gardens and co-ops, bringing in the vegetables, bringing in the squash, bringing in the potatoes, you're making decisions on what kinds of crops do we want to winter over. This squash is damaged, it's not going to last. These potatoes are too soft, they're not going to last. Making decisions, what things do we want to take into our larder, so to speak, for the winter, for the yin time. But it also means, what ideas do you want to take in? What ideas do you want to discard that really are not worthwhile taking in? So some of the ideas or some of the things you've done over the summertime, it's like this is not worthy to take into the kind of like the emotional larder in order to kind of, in the wintertime, to kind of think through the thoughts of the ideas that you harvested. So in the wintertime, you're eating the harvest, but you're also nurturing the ideas that you have assembled inside you in order to, like in springtime, bring those ideas forth. So what ideas do you want to let go of as you're moving now into the fall and into the winter? What ideas do you want to not hold on to anymore? They didn't make it. They might have been nice, but they're not going to last. So you're moving now into that balance of the yin and the yang, so that take out the yang that's not going to work for you, and then kind of begin to store it. And then start using that spirit energy to say, how can I nurture myself? How can I grow the things now that could take form like in the spring or later, in the later on part? So that balance throughout the seasons of yin and yang, always shifting, always moving, always balancing. So what ideas do you have that you want to discard? What ones do you want to keep in order to nurture and have them grow at some other point? Thank you for listening.